Welcome. In accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20, notice is hereby given that the Zoning Board of Appeals is meeting tonight, Wednesday, January 21st, 2026, here at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall Meeting Room 124. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in person at 1 Liberty Lane, Norfolk, or by remote Zoom connection provided. Please note that the in-person meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the remote connection. We do have a board member on the Zoom call, so we will be taking roll call votes tonight. All right.
First up is a hearing.
First up is a hearing.
All right, I'll read the notice. Notice hereby given in accordance with Chapter 40A, Sections 9 and 10 of the Massachusetts General Laws and any all amendments thereto, that a public hearing will be held by the Zoning Board of Appeals in Room 124 at the Norfolk Town Hall, 1 Liberty Lane, Norfolk, Mass. On Wednesday, January 21st, 2026, for the following application: 1 Pine Street Realty Trust at 7 p.m. for a special permit from zoning bylaw Section 310-10.7.a.2.d to allow for the installation of a gasoline and diesel fuel filling station. Reference Assessors Map 19, Block 81, Lot 13 in the C1 zoning district.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the record, my name is Attorney Christopher Alphin from Blattman, Bobrowski, Haverty, and Silverstein. My office is in Concord. With me is the project engineer Hal and the project principal Claude to my right. We're back again. You may have remembered that you denied a project on this property for the similar use back in October, and you may know that you can't accept a repetitive petition within 2 years unless there's a finding by the ZBA and consent by the planning board that there is a material change to the application or the plan that was originally denied. So tonight, although we are proceeding just under or opening the public hearing for a special permit and not the variance, as you may recall, you denied a special permit and a variance. We are only seeking a special permit at this point in time because we do not need any variances for any non-conforming setbacks or anything like that. But for the purpose of tonight is that we want to go over the changes of the plan that was denied and the plan that is being proposed today, so that the board can make a finding that there is clearly, in this case, material changes to allow the application to go forward. So with that, I'll hand it over to Hal, the engineer, and he can go over the major changes that we've made to the plan that was denied and the plan that we're proposing today.
Good evening, and for the record, my name is Hal Chuba. I'm a consulting engineer with offices at 112 State Road in Dartmouth, Massachusetts. And if you recall back in, I believe it was back August that we appeared before this board for a special permit application and a variance application to install a canopy at the corner of Dedham Street and Pine Street, and remodel the existing structure to be used as a convenience store. Now, the convenience store retail is an allowed use as of right in the C1 district. The filling station is a special permit from the Zoning Board of Appeal. Prior to submitting this application, and I think I mentioned that at the last meeting, I did extensive work with the town for over a year. I met with the planning, I met with Conservation Commission, I met with the fire department, with the police department, with the building department, and we kind of developed these plans together. The whole idea around this plan was to save the existing building, as we had the impression that the building was valuable to the town. To our surprise, we came to this board and nobody cared about the building. And the impression we got at that time that we were trying to save money, not to take the building down. So we went back and you denied the application at that time. Both the variance and the special permit. The variance because the canopy was within the 60-foot setback in the front of Dedham Street and the use for the building. After that, we went back to the drawing board and we developed a plan that would eliminate the need for the variance for the canopy. Richard, if you don't mind.
Can we just look at the proposed plan?
We need to switch, yeah.
So, let me stop you here. You're talking about a variance. We're not talking about a variance tonight. We're not
No,
hearing
we're not,
about a variance.
I'm just refreshing your memory of
I
what we came.
understand, but the special permit is what you're here for, correct?
Correct.
And the special permit is whether a gas station is an acceptable use on that lot, correct?
Correct.
So what's the significant change that we need to see about a gas station on that corner?
Okay.
Just to clarify the legal criteria that the board needs to think about, it's not necessarily the use, it is the plan. So before the board starts to say, oh, we don't want to see a gas station on there no matter what, the question legally before the board is whether that there's a significant or material changes to the plan that allows a repetitive application. After you make that determination, if you want to start having conversations about whether you should be issued a special permit, you're happy to have that conversation. But what was before you is a question of whether the changes to the plan are material to accept a repetitive application. That's what's before the board at this point in time.
I don't read it that way.
Okay, so it's your opinion that because it's a gas station, it's a gas station, and no matter what changes...
Well, the special permit was for a gas station, not necessarily the plan.
Right.
It was for a gas station. That's what you're here tonight for, is for a special permit for the same gas station within the 2-year period.
Before they can ask for that, we need to determine it's not a redundant petition because they are precluded from applying if we say it's repetitive and it's substantially the same. So we need him to tell us how about the new building where the new tanks that are essential to the gas station and are of concern due to water supply, which is part of the use, but
Right.
that's the part of the plan that, we are concerned about. That's for future reference. Tonight, we are only looking, though, at whether or not this is repetitive. So if it would please the chair, could we have him tell us about the new stuff?
Mr. Chairman,
As
I'd
proposed?
just like to clarify that this use is permitted in this zoning district with a special permit. So the board cannot take the stance of, we're just not going to want a gas station here. They have to consider the plan before them and make determinations.
We understand the distinction.
We understand that.
Okay.
100%. Not, the question I have is, I don't understand if the special permit is for a gas station, which we denied.
You denied the plan. You didn't deny the use. You denied the plan.
We denied both.
I thought we denied both.
Denied the variance and the use.
So the legal criteria is not that the fact that you denied the use that was being proposed to you, is that you denied the proposal. So the question before you is there changes to this project plans in front of you significant enough to reconsider the application?
Let's have him,
Is that correct?
if it pleases the chair, if you can tell us about
Sure.
some of the specifics that are of interest to us, I think that would be helpful.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. We'll give
If
you
we could
time.
have the proposed plan again, Rich?
I just don't want to waste everybody's time.
No, I know. I hear what you're saying, but we gotta let him tell us what he changed.
That's the plan you want.
Yeah, this is Chris Metcalf. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, of course we can.
Go ahead, Chris.
Could we just, to refresh everybody, could we just go back to what we said in the letter rejecting this proposal?
What's the decision?
What were the reasons for rejecting it the first time? Can we just go through what they were?
Correct.
Sure.
We denied the variance.
Well, let's read it.
Let's read it.
Let's read it. Yeah.
You know.
Oh, we got another screen. Or was that one always there? On the other side of that?
It's always there.
Oh, they just tilted different. Can you see this?
Yep. So in accordance with the Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, Section 9, Section 10, and Section 310-76, Zoning Board of Appeals, Planning Board, and permit granting authority of the Norfolk zoning bylaws, a special permit and variance is formally denied to allow installation of a gasoline and diesel fuel filling station, and variance of section da-da-da-da is to allow a 22 by, so there are two, yes, they're in the same letter, but they're separate.
Right.
Correct.
No
Yeah.
disagreement.
So the denial was an installation of a gasoline and diesel fuel filling station for the special permit. Is that significantly changing?
Yes, because there's plans that show a different type of gas station.
Okay.
There's a new building.
Let's now see what you have. I had to start from ground zero.
Gotcha.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Thank you.
We need to go back, Richard, to the revised plan, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please show
Yeah.
us the proposed.
Well, this is the existing conditions, that's what's there now.
Next page, or next sheet, I think it is, right? There.
So, with the revised plans, we're demolishing the existing building, which is within the 200-foot riverbank also. And if this is an existing retaining wall in the back of the property, so this area is all paved here.
Yeah.
We're constructing a smaller building, which is 2,300 square feet versus the 3,600 square feet. So, and we're reclaiming 2,000 square feet of previously impervious areas to green space. So we're improving the degraded area within the 200-foot buffer of the river. Your concern was the gasoline station or the fueling. As I explained before, the proposed tanks would be double-wall fiberglass in the ground with monitoring, 24-hour monitoring. And those plans, I can get documentation from the manufacturers. Those things don't fail. Also, we pulled the gas away from the river, further away from the river. That was a concern. Another concern was the fueling. Now, with the drainage system, we have a drainage system that would, Richard, if you can go to the next one, there I show a closed drainage system on the property. So we're not reusing any of the existing structures on site. Some of them don't have the oil water separators in the catch basins. So all the new structures will have oil water separators inside of them. Plus, they would go through a 2,500 gallon of oil water separator that has the volume to capture any leak on the site. If there's any leak from the pumps, all these pumps are equipped with automatic shut-off shear equipment in case of any leak. That would be the most you would get probably from the pump will be 20, 30 gallons of leak before the pump shuts itself off. So all that containment, we were concerned more maybe on the fueling from the fuel truck. If there's some kind of catastrophic leak on site, we do take all the runoff from the site into a series of catch basins that are equipped with oil water separators. Then we go through the 2,500 gallon oil water separator to shut off valve before it goes to the infiltration system. So in case there's a leak, all the employees would be trained to access this shut off valve and turn it off. That what would happen, it would whatever's in the system will block anything from going into the infiltration system. It would back up into the system that has a capacity to store 4,250 gallon on site. And the biggest compartment in the fuel delivery tank is about 3,000 gallons. So that's another feature that we added to just to address your concern about the proximity of the fueling to the river. Plus, I mean, beside the building, it's a much safer access to the site, in and out. There's plenty of parking. We're not asking for any relief from zoning bylaws, not even, parking or lot coverage, or so we're increasing the green space. We're taking care of the fuel concerns, and the building is smaller and would put much improvement to the river. And we think this is a much better plan than what we presented before, and it should address the concern of the zoning board.
Okay.
What's the setback on the canopies? Just because I can't see that far.
This is the setback line, so we're behind the setback line. I believe the front setback is 60 feet.
You have a zoning table up there?
Yeah, I can't.
At the top,
The zoning
yeah.
table, yeah.
You go up.
It's 70,
Trying to find it.
I have it then.
it's 70 feet.
70 feet.
70, so it's about 72.
Thank you. In the original, the previous proposal was within the setback.
It was closer, I have it, I think 22 feet, that's what we asked for. 22.5 if I recall.
Kind of canopy.
So the setback and what I'll call the containment system with the,
This right here is
for lack
too
as a lack of a better term, those are the two major, and the building is being demolished in a new, smaller building. Those are the major
Being a mile
changes,
is in the view of
just so I understand. Thank you.
And add impervious area.
Yeah, the
Right,
green
no,
space.
we mentioned that, yeah.
perspective.
Decrease the impervious
Yeah.
area.
If you meet the criteria, a minute.
Okay.
So the significant change that you've shown on the plan is that the canopy is now outside,
In the set,
meets the setback.
Correct.
So it's beyond that.
as well as the...
They've removed the nonconformity with the existing building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's in one of the wetland buffers, flood zone, one of them. They have,
Put some stormwater and,
they've upgraded their stormwater and their detention system and their oil separation. They have moved all of the hardscape and vehicular surface back from the roadway and pedestrian circulation. I'd say those are the substantial differences, or differences, whether or not they're significant is up to.
so around the paving, you have like a berm or something so that any water,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
Big Cape Cod.
What are you doing to screen headlights for those 4 parking spaces up front?
Here,
Other side, toward the road?
Towards the,
these?
Yep.
Yep.
Where-
Yeah, see
yeah.
that, I see you have a little bit of contour, but it's 2 feet.
Right, but I'm
Landscaping.
sure you know the area, right? And that was one of the things, the landscape is staying, we're not touching, actually, we're increasing the landscape around this area too, outside the 200-foot buffer. But again, we can put, that's, when we go to the site plan review, all these things will be looked at, lighting, landscape,
Pedestrian
stormwater.
access from that sidewalk to
Can
the
you-
convenience store.
can you
What's
back
that?
one page, Rich?
Pedestrian
Oh, yeah,
access from the sidewalk
absolutely.
to
Those-
convenience
yeah,
store.
well,
Yeah, right there.
So
What
you
are you
don't get a
showing,
convenience path.
what are you showing as far, she's moved it up to the same view where we can see the trees or what's being referenced there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are details, I mean, this is gonna go through the planning board, and also it's gonna go to your peer review,
Yeah.
who's gonna be looking at this too, so.
That has nothing to do with
Our
us.
scope is limited to
Right.
that.
Yeah,
The scope tonight, we
You have
just
to
need
make
to
a
determine
decision.
whether
Right.
it's
Different.
Our
it's
scope
significantly
is to
different.
determine whether this is significantly different design. That's our scope, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, the terminology is a material change.
Correct.
And I would just add to the board, just to add some comfort, we also going to need the planning board's consent, because anytime you have a new application, you also need the planning board's consent.
The,
Doesn't mean I'm not getting my wish list done.
it's a significant change. I mean, you're tearing down the building, you're putting a different building up, you're making it smaller, you've moved your everything else. It doesn't change the fact that we've got the 200-foot setback right going through the middle of the lot. Doesn't change that. That's still there. The river's still behind you. All these factors, the normal factors, the abutters, the open well that's next door on the lot next door, that's all still there. So the idea of why we should have a gas station there, I don't see a huge significant change as to, you didn't move the river, you didn't move the 200-foot buffer, you moved buildings and stuff.
You made it so you didn't need a variance.
You made it so you didn't need a variance on the plan, but it's still a gas station, still on it's a nice corner lot, but it's a tough one for a gas station because of all the water infiltrations around there, the river, the everything. To me, that was my thought process on a gas station there, was whether there's a river that, we're talking about human life and safety, and if we've got a significant oil spill or something, sure, you've got entrapments and everything else, but it's still a gas station. It's still, sometimes, as a lawyer and as you know, sometimes it's perception is more the fear than the actual thing that could come about. You made a comment about a double wall tank, they don't fail. Then why are you monitoring it 24 hours a day? Because there's a paucity of it. That's why you monitor it. So the possibility and the proximity to the aquifer and the river, I don't see this as a significant change.
Would monitoring wells make you feel better?
No.
I'm not sure if that's not our jurisdiction, but.
No, and I don't.
Well, Mr. Chairman, thank you for I understand it, and we understand your comments, and we'd like to address those.
Sure.
And maybe we can have more technical conversations about those issues, and certainly it's going to be up to the board ultimately whether they want to grant the special permit or not based on that legal criteria. But for tonight, we are just looking for a finding that there's at least enough material change here in a plan that's being proposed to allow the petition to move forward. That's all we're looking for. I don't know how you can say no to
Material to move forward for a variance change, but not for the special use. But he doesn't need the variance any longer. So they've taken all that away. We haven't addressed the gas station and the aquifer issue.
I think the question tonight, just like Council said, is there do we find a material change enough to get this back to the planning board, and then if so, back to us for a more substantive review of issues that you're all kind of touching on?
You're still.
Because just, Mr. Chairman, if I just interrupt, if this was to be in court for some reason because it wasn't allowed as a repetitive application, the court is going to say, are the material changes to the plan? They're not going to talk about the use. So I would just, if the board wants to make the points that they've made about the special permit, that's fine, but we're looking for just a finding that there's material changes to the plan. That's what we're looking for.
Fine.
And I would 100% concede that there's material changes to the plan. And I would also say that we should probably continue this to next month. and see if you can answer some of those questions that we have on the special permit side of life, not just, but I do see, yes, you came back with a completely different plan for the actual lot. I do agree with you on that. I don't think, does anybody else disagree with
I don't
that?
disagree with that.
No.
Mr. Chairman, if we could get a formal vote on that determination of that finding.
Anybody from the grandstands have any questions as to whether it's a significant change or insignificant?
Material change.
Material change. I mean, I hear what you're saying. The plan has to be,
So they can come back.
Yeah.
So, let's vote.
somebody want to make a is it a
I'll make
formal motion?
I'll make a motion that we find that the applicant has brought forward a new plan that's with material changes to meet the standard, but it is a material change.
Yeah, I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye. Let's, we have to take a name.
I, Joe Sebastiano.
Chris?
Chris Metcalf, aye.
David Axberg, aye.
Tim Martin, aye.
Josephine Kordahi, aye.
All right, so moved. No.
Appreciate it.
Good, thank you. Have a good night.
Significant material change.
And then, I guess, Mr. Chairman, we should also ask for a continuance. And the idea is that we're going to go to the planning board, get the consent of the planning board, and then we'll be back here before the board to make the argument that we should be granted a special permit.
Should we continue this for next month or wait?
Have
for-
you already
Let's wait for
reapplied?
planning.
Hang on one
Okay.
second. Have you already reapplied for your permits?
No, the planning board, no.
Okay. And so I don't think they have an open hearing with us.
So
So I
maybe
don't
2
think-
months, 2-month
Because you-
continuance?
Yeah, you're probably going to have
That'll be
to.
fine.
It's not really even a continuance.
No,
because
he needs to refile with us.
You just had a hearing with us tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider,
And
you have to
so-
you have to apply.
You have to
Well, we
reapply.
applied for a special permit, and the
Yeah.
notice was for a special permit.
Yeah, you have to
And it was-
reapply with these plans to us for the special permit.
No, so we.
You've already applied with a special.
Yeah, so
Okay.
what we didn't actually, so what we actually need, what the statute says is that we can't get a favorable action until you make that finding.
Yep.
Yeah, but we already, we declined your initial application. We denied that application,
Yeah,
so that.
No, we replied that, we reapplied, if that's what you're asking.
This is a new
Okay,
application.
that was what I was asking.
Yeah,
if you had-
they've
I
already
thought you meant with the
reapplied.
planning board,
Okay.
yeah.
We have it. Oh,
So I think we should do a continuance for 2
months.
2 months.
2
from now.
months.
right, and if they move it to the right, they move it to the right, right?
Yep.
Right.
You wanna make a
Which
motion for
which
that?
date will that be? March 18th? I'll make a motion that we move continue the hearing till March 18th for the application for One Pine.
All in favor, let's take a roll call vote for continuance in 2 months.
Before you roll call it, could we request, I understand the hair that you're splitting regarding the use, but the underground storage of hazardous chemicals is pertinent to the gas station use. So we are going to want more information about that.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Sorry, Rich.
All right, Joe Sebastiano, aye on the motion.
Chris?
Chris Metcalf, aye.
David Axberg, aye.
Tim Martin, aye.
Josephine Kordahi, aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you in a couple months.
Sorry I was late. I couldn't find my glasses. I valued
excuse.
I valued seeing in the dark while driving. This is my community service to everybody else tonight.
7:30, it's 7:30 on the nose, we can.
Yeah, we have a new hearing notice. In interest of time, I want to know if the board let me waive reading of the hearing notice.
I think that's okay. Sure. Waive
that-
Reading.
And so,
Does the applicant waive the reading of the notice
so it's,
for the new
You okay?
hearing?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
We have to still call it though by address.
okay. I have the properties located 90, 92, 96, 100, 100R Pond Street. Assessors map 19, block 69, lots 27, 28, 43, 55, 58, and 61 in the C1 and C1B zoning district.
So this is for a special permit of solar?
Right. And I need I made the motion, the second. Right, so I waive the reading, need a second.
I'll second.
All right. Joe
Just a roll call.
All
Yeah,
in
Joe
favor?
Sebastiano, aye.
Chris?
Maybe he's trying to say aye.
Yeah, I'm trying to say aye, I
Yeah.
was muted.
Okay.
Chris Metcalf, aye.
David Axberg, aye.
Tim Martin, aye.
Josephine Kordahi, aye.
All right. You are open. You have the floor.
Sorry, you want me to use the microphone here?
Yes,
You need
please.
to use some microphone. I don't care if it's the desk one or that one.
Do you want to preface by saying we've all watched this at
There's
the
a,
planning board hearing?
There's a pointer there as well, if you want to use it.
Excuse me?
He's a pointer.
Pointer.
Oh,
See the,
right here.
You didn't? Okay. All right. Most of us have seen the planning board hearing, just so you know.
That was my first question.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Yeah, so my name is Daniel Serber. I'm the Director of Development with NextGrid. We're before you for a modification of an approved solar facility. We refer to it as 100 Pond, but you heard all the parcels that it's on. The change that we're looking for is on the privately owned portion of the land. There's no change to the publicly owned portion at all. We are here because there was a change to the existing tower on site. That communication tower is being taken down and replaced with a slimline pole. That was approved by the planning board. I'm not sure if it came here to the ZBA. Okay, so you guys know it's being replaced with a slimline pole that no longer needs guy wires. We were keeping clear of those guy wires for a few reasons, ice mainly, and we can't develop under them because of easements, but now we can. So we're increasing the size of the array by 2,200 panels to fill in that area. Associated with that, we're adding trees, additional screening trees, and we have made some modifications to the stormwater system that have less to do with these new panels and more to do with the fact that when we went in, there was a substantial amount of ledge.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, so some of the underground features that, I'm sorry, I'm joined here by Brian Irrigation of BSC Group. Some of the systems that he designed weren't feasible. Most of them were, but we had to increase the size of a drainage pond. And then this new power needs somewhere to go. We can't increase our AC size with the current interconnection, so we have to put that into our battery storage system, which is where the majority of the public interest has been. I see that I think everybody here was at the planning board. You guys watched the planning board meeting. I have virtually the same information on the batteries as I gave there. It's a 7-page dry description of all the safety things of the batteries. I can reread that.
No need.
Okay.
No need
That was
whatsoever.
hard the first time.
Yeah, it was hard the first time. I tried to keep a smile on my face, but the only new information that we have then is we did receive the plume study, as you heard me say. I have a short conclusions page at the back of that study. I'd like to read that. That should only take a minute or two. So
I think you could read that because it wasn't
Yeah.
discussed there.
So conclusions, based on the conservative dispersion modeling performed, the following conclusions can be drawn. Carbon monoxide was identified as the sole toxic constituent requiring evaluation for short-term exposure. Under the worst-case meteorological conditions modeled, carbon monoxide short-term exposure limit exceedances are confined to a localized region approximately 25 feet of the exhaust point. No carbon monoxide short-term exposure limit exceedance is predicted at elevations representative of typical human breathing height. That's because the vents are up top, so that would be far higher than any human standing. The vertical upward release configuration and buoyant plume behavior significantly limit ground level exposure potential. That's because carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide are slightly lighter than air, so they always go up. The results indicate a low potential for adverse public health impacts associated with short-term toxicity during a postulated thermal runaway event. The findings of this assessment support the conclusion that even under conservative assumptions, the potential off-site toxicity impacts associated with thermal runaway gas release from the proposed BES installation are limited and transient in nature. The study provides a technically defensible basis for public safety screening and informed stakeholder communication.
Thank you.
So We have given this to the chief. I find him to be extremely intelligent and educated on battery storage, so I'm sure he'll update you on what he thinks of the information in there, but he's not here today, unfortunately.
No, we didn't ask him to come either because he'd already done the planning board and there was a lot discussed there. And I think a lot of people who have interest were either there or have been able to see it online.
We didn't want another house to burn.
And we, yeah.
During the
No,
meeting.
honestly, the batteries tend to be the biggest concern with everybody and anybody. But, I mean, from what I understood from the planning board, you're not changing the footprint realistically of the storage sheds or anything else, and you're just adding more cells inside that storage container or whatever of some sort. So whether you have 17 or 70, it's in the same footprint. Zoning-wise, it's a special permit that you're coming for to be granted, and in Massachusetts, it's considerably favorable to allow these to be put on, so.
It's just an amendment.
It is, it's just an amendment to what you already have, which has already been approved.
Did say 1 megawatt in the decision.
Go ahead, Mike.
That's my point, is we're not here to size it or do anything about sizing. We're only here to allow the use to put it on the ground.
Correct.
We've already done that.
Correct.
Okay? I don't think we have anything in this.
No, I agree.
We have nothing. If someone wants to go from a building to the ground, they need to come see us. We don't ask if there's 70 on the roof or 60 on the ground. So we've already given the use of having a ground mount. So
I think this is just an amendment to.
It's a modification.
It's a modification. And
only because they listed the size.
Right, only because they listed the size and because this area had a different scenario to it before. So now they have, so in reality, it's still all abutting, it's all still attached, it's all still everything, so. I do want to open it up to the floor and let a couple people speak.
Town council did want to,
Yep.
Tom Harrington.
Tom?
Just wanted, good evening, everybody. Tom Harrington, Town Council. I just wanted to offer kind of a friendly suggestion, and that is...
Tom,
yeah.
one sec.
Okay.
Thank you. Again, Tom Harrington, Town Council, nice to see you all. Just a friendly suggestion. I'm with you on waiving the reading. I watched the planning board hearing too, so it's a lot of information, and you don't need to hear it again. My advice, however, would be that you submit in writing what you didn't read, so we have it as part of the record.
So the plume study's already been submitted to the record. And
Right.
do you want me to submit the actual speech itself?
Yeah, that's what I would
Yeah,
do.
sure.
Yeah.
I'll send that to Richard.
Good idea. Now, let's open it up to the public. Now, remember, we're the zoning board. We're not making determinations as to how it's being built or why it's being built or anything else for that matter. It's whether this is an acceptable use under a special permit in the town of Norfolk. So that's what we're here for.
Which is
With an
under the
additional
bylaws.
comment that state law does limit us somewhat with this type of use to
Correct.
reasonableness. And so tonight is all about whether or not it's,
But we really do want to hear the
Regulation.
public concerns or comments because that could help somebody else somewhere down the road. But we are going to limit times, so. Who's first? Yes, sir. State your name in the microphone and then,
an address.
Name and address.
Jack Oliver, 4 Brown Place. So, I'm a little confused, to be honest with you. And my confusion results from several different documents I've been reading. I understand this is an increase in the size of the solar array. It's an increase in the size of the battery storage. Originally on the plan, I think you guys approved there were 3 square concrete pads. Now I understand it's 2 32-foot-long pads. One container is completely full, the other one's about half full. Did I get that right?
There's two battery containers, and I'll get you that information
Through the
from the
chair.
planning department, but one is totally full, and I'll get you the information how many cells are in the second unit.
Right, that's kind of what I said.
Yeah.
And then there's some additional footprint for that. And all through this document by BSC, it says, this does not mean it's an increase in scale or size. I don't know how they can say that in so many places. This is not an increase in scale and size. We're increasing the array, we're increasing the battery storage, we're increasing the drainage ditch because of legitimate concerns, but it's not an increase in scale and size. But it doesn't fit together. The other thing that doesn't make sense to me, and maybe I'm missing something here, but they keep talking about carbon monoxide. Just carbon monoxide, it's going up into the air. Well, the plans I saw said that there was a butterfly valve out the side of this thing. Did I read that right? That picture is a butterfly valve?
It's chair.
All vents are at the top.
Can you pose your questions to me, not to him, please?
Okay, so anyway, there's a butterfly valve on the side. In addition, they talk about carbon monoxide everywhere. Well, TUV is a certifying agency in Europe, similar to like UL. They did a study, and one of the documents they have is the gases that are emitted during a thermal event. And this document he just passed out kind of confirms it. It's not just carbon monoxide. 30% of it is CH4, which is methane. Very flammable gas. It's what we use to cook and stuff in certain
Dave's got
towns.
cows.
In your house.
I do.
There's hydrogen. That's another 10%. I think that's pretty flammable too. Hydrogen and methane. And they say it's going up, so it's not, it's taller than a 6-foot person, so you don't have to worry about it. There's a thing called wind. And wind and turbulent air can make that come down from up in the atmosphere where it's going up. It's a hazardous material. Also, your document that you put out, it's called the Special Permit Granted Notice of Decision, and that was recorded July 21st, 2022. It says, all negotiated lease terms between NextGrid, the conditional approval you gave it, under the condition that all negotiated lease terms between NextGrid and the town of Norfolk will be hereto incorporated by reference. The problem is, we have a contract, we have a lease agreement that the town signed, and we have the site plans, and we have what's going on. The lease agreement says that in paragraph 2. Or the air on the leased property or nearby. The site plan and the documents are in direct contradiction to the contract that the town signed with NextGrid.
Is there a zoning question?
Yeah, this thing I read was from your site approval.
That was from our site, you're right.
Yeah,
That's a site approval.
I'm-
The site
So the
approval
question,
I'm just asking where the question is, if it's
The
coming.
question is, why is it okay that your condition isn't being met? Your condition that says lease terms between NextGrid and town will be hereto incorporated by reference. You said that's one of the conditions of the site approval. It was approved, yet they're not conforming to the lease agreement and the lease terms. And it's your document that says that. Okay?
Thank you.
So my question is, how can that be? How can that be?
I'm not 100% sure, so I will take that under advisement and bring it back
Town council is here.
here. They can give us an answer
That's
for
a
that.
contractual issue with the Board of Selectmen. That one's not
But you based your
necessarily.
approval on that contractual agreement.
Well, yeah. So we authorized that, the use for that lease agreement. And they have to adhere to that use under that agreement.
Under these
So-
conditions.
Under those conditions, correct. Now,
Town council.
town council?
Just briefly, in my opinion, the project before you, if approved, would not violate the lease.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's helpful.
There you go. That, we're here for zoning purposes and not lease purposes, but we did approve the use under the form of the lease, and that's what we've done, and council says it's not changing. Anybody else have any other questions? Not hearing any questions?
Anybody online?
Anybody online have a question?
Any other question, I think?
Brian, you have a question? Give us a hand. No?
No.
Okay, thank you.
One other question. It has to do
One
with
more.
the street,
Sure.
the Pond Street,
Yeah.
access road from Pond Street to Sharon Ave. Is there a document that says that's not needed now?
I do believe,
The police chief.
the police and or fire have put forth something that said that that only needs to be a dirt road, not necessarily a full passable road.
They're not going to access it for emergency
They're not
vehicles.
Yeah, they're not using it. It's only considered use for maintenance and fire on the actual site.
Correct. There'll be no cut through.
So
It's
there's no
not a cut through.
It's not a cut through.
It's not a cut
Do we
through.
have a document that says that's not necessary anymore?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. that was-
Several plans filed with the registry.
Yep.
So
But the
was a-
original lease
That was a
agreement-
change.
That was a change from the
That was a
original
change.
lease. That is
Yeah.
The
correct.
lease still says it's necessary.
Yes.
Contract.
Yes, they applied for a modification and it was approved.
Correct.
Yep.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
I just want to point out that we wanted to create that road, and the
I know.
town came to us and asked us to eliminate that.
We completely
I just want
agree.
that to be on the record for everybody
Yep.
here, that change did not come from us.
No.
No, we know that's
The
us.
police determined that
Police and fire
it
determined.
was definitely not a benefit to them to have that cut through to Pond Street. The amount of time it took them to go down the road and everything else,
Under the gates.
and under the gates and all that, it was not worthwhile. So,
So the contract would have to be modified to eliminate.
well, it can be modified with a simple
I think that's a pretty,
amendment or even a agreement. I don't think it has to be a full lease.
The town discussed the change with
Correct.
Yeah.
next meeting.
Yeah, I think you're good. I think we're good. So I appreciate. Yeah. Any other? Yep.
Hello, Teresa Fernald, Fruit Street. I just have...
What number, Fruit Street?
I'd prefer not to say since people are driving through my property now, stopping in front of my home and making gestures.
I apologize for that on their behalf. It will be in the minutes, though.
Okay, people know where I live, trust me. Actually, multiple people there know where I live.
Okay.
I'm definitely a Norfolk resident.
Okay,
trust me.
I'm just letting you know it will be in the
100%.
minutes.
Wonderful. So then I won't speak.
yeah.
I don't want my address out there.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just, that's just what's required in the public record. I'm sorry.
Anything else? Anybody else?
So apparently I can't ask a question. That's a shame.
Well, you can't change that, make an exception so she can ask her question.
As someone who's being harassed and has gone to the police.
I mean,
It's but if she feels like she's being threatened, then she should.
I don't, it's a Secretary of State issue. I don't know.
Honestly, Teresa, I think you can ask the question.
Go for it.
Just ask the question. Just ask the question.
At this point, I don't remember what it is, but. So, one of the issues is no one here is opposed to solar. It's just the adding of the batteries. So, I actually found the original site plan did not have batteries on it. The original town warrant never mentioned batteries. It was also during COVID when people were not, readily coming out of their homes and into public places. So, and the only other solar project that we had in our town did not have batteries. So therefore, no one would have any idea that batteries were even being proposed. We actually have the original contract, which does not state batteries on it either, that came into the draft. This is the draft. It came in later. So we have all of these criterias, that we're basing everything on, except we needed the town's permission to do it, and the town's permission was based on incomplete information. So now we're approving these batteries, and we're approving through the planning department, and we're approving the zoning for them, but they were never actually voted on through the town.
So let me answer you a little bit, Teresa. The batteries themselves are not on the leased land.
It doesn't matter.
So let me
I think it
put-
does matter according to the lease and according to what the town approved. The town approved a solar array, and that's what is on the leased land. The battery storage is on their private property. It is adjacent to it, and it is from the solar array, but it is not on the leased land.
I agree with you, but they are connected in the fact that
They are.
because there's so much solar, they are now required to have the batteries.
Correct.
So they are connected.
Okay, let's let Mike speak.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, and I appreciate the question. The lease doesn't control what the tenant can do with adjacent land.
Correct.
And I just want to make a...
Dispute that for a minute? If you read 2.8...
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So, man, if that was a commercial building there, and those panels are on the roof, this would not be in front of us, no matter what the battery storage capability was, just so you do realize.
Oh, I know. I actually know someone who
that's
tried to put a battery, who tried to purchase it, and he was not allowed to build what he wanted to build, which was just a parking lot, because the zoning laws stated
That's right.
that you have to have a building
Primary
on that
use.
property, and it was denied for him,
Yes.
but yet it's been approved here.
Primary use is solar now.
It's
So,
different. Yeah.
I'm just saying, so what we're here for is to get them the availability to take it from a roof to the ground. And that's the only decision this board needs to make.
I understand. There's
And-
no
and
board
having
actually
batteries
responsible
and having all
for
that.
the totality of it. That's one of the biggest issues.
Can I ask just one question from the new batteries that you're installing? You said you already had a full container. What is the lifespan of these batteries? And I heard your testimony about the new batteries going in. I understand that chemically these are much more stable, they're less reactive, they don't want to bond with everything if they have a catastrophic event that they can't induce. But what about the existing batteries, and when do they get upgraded? Are they being upgraded as part of this, or what is the plan with that? Because the technology on the batteries leapfrogs every year, so even if we had contemplated this when the lease, it's changing rapidly. So that's kind of my question is, how often do these actually get swapped out? And,
Yeah, it's a good question. So none of them, the ones that purchased are the original ones purchased, and none of them have been installed. So this isn't
Okay.
this isn't a swap out. The site's under construction now, and no electrical equipment has been
so
installed.
they'll all be like the same flavor of battery then?
They'll be the exact same
Okay.
BYD battery. All the information's been provided. They have.
I just assumed they were already on site
No.
doing their thing.
No, they have a shelf life of 10 years, and then they'll be
Okay.
replaced. We have a 20-year contract with the utility,
Yeah.
so that's what we're
Okay.
expecting. Yep.
Thank you for that.
Do I have any other questions? Thank you guys all for coming and asking your questions. We appreciate that. I think we may want to just continue this because the planning board has another meeting coming up that still has some bearing on what's going on.
Peer review.
The peer review and everything. So I think we may want to.
Are they holding for the third-party review on the batteries for the fire chief, or is there anything that, in addition, that the engineers are doing? Because the engineers punted on the batteries and said we're not qualified for this. So I don't know if that review is coming. I'm just asking process-wise.
No, I think it had to do with the whole site.
The civil.
Because I think it was
It's
the
the
civil
civil
side
side
of
of it.
life.
Okay.
Stormwater and all
Okay.
that. So,
The battery.
I think,
I just wanted to ask which
I mean,
review,
in one sense,
because there's just more than one.
I mean, we could stop them from ever having to come back here again and do a decision tonight, and
You're not going to take away the ground mount.
No, my only thought is, in all likelihood, the proposal's not going to change, but if it goes back to planning board and peer review reviews it, and I know this is highly unlikely, if there's a change to that plan again, and we've already closed this hearing,
Okay.
then
I agree.
I just hate
You're right.
just to help the applicant.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect you.
Yeah, it's not going to affect us either
No.
way. It'll be 1 week delay from the next
Right.
planning board. We did get Beta Group's peer review back yesterday. It was
It's in our
it
folder.
was light. It was not a heavy lift, but there will be a slight tweak, I believe, Brian, right, to the stormwater design. Small,
But if we close the hearing, you might have to publish the whole thing again.
yeah.
That's all I'm trying.
Yeah.
I understand the bigger point is why make them come back.
That's right.
I'd rather not have you come back
I think that's
for
why
3,
we
6,
want to
9 months
continue
just to
it.
get through
Okay.
a choppy process.
Nothing changes at all. I can come back on Zoom. So.
All right.
Yeah,
Right.
Thank
you're
you.
right.
Yeah, so just 1 month.
I think we'd take a motion to come back in a month.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that continue the hearing to February 18th,
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock or 7:30? 7 p.m. Need a
Hear a
second?
second? All in favor, roll call.
Joe Sebastiano, aye.
Chris?
What happened?
Yep, you got it. Just say,
What happened?
just say, David Axberg, aye. We just need your vote
To continue.
To
to
continue in
continue to
February.
next month. I don't know, maybe you can't hear us.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Chris, can you hear us?
I don't
We only
think,
need 4. Tim Martin, aye.
Not so good.
okay.
We can hear you.
Yeah, just continue
Josephine
until...
Kordahay, aye.
All right, so moved. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for all coming.
Can I ask council a quick before you leave? Which way is it, which way it's the language incorporated? Does the lease talk about a future planning board and ZBA decision, or that, like, incorporate that by future reference, or is our decision reaching backwards to incorporate the lease? Or is there zero connection between them?
I would assume there's zero connection.
Okay.
I don't, so I think you incorporated the lease terms, but I don't think the lease, you know,
Yeah,
lease-
Everybody on the
requires
Zoom
it.
call, we just lost the lead.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're out of touch with you guys. We've got a screen that just says NCTV.
Oh, well, we can hear you. We can hear you fine, Chris. Can you hear us?
I don't think so.
No.
I think, though, they are seeing the icon, but okay, thank
So I
you.
would, yeah, I would treat it separately.
Yeah. I was wondering if why we had done it previously, so it's just,
NCTV?
Good to go?
Yep, we're good. Thank you.
very much.
Appreciate it coming. Yep. Do we have any appointments? I see none.
No, no appointments.
We have any deliberations? No, we continued everything.
I have an update.
Do we have an update?
Well, just a quick update for you. Last week was a site visit for a proposed 40B entitled The Residence at Pond Meadow at 373 Main Street. It's 84
Down at Camja.
down by Camger.
Oh.
The side behind Comey's Pond and then up near,
By Weber, the electrician. So,
I know where you are.
yeah, there's a mobile home up there.
the mobile home, yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And it opens up to the back.
Yeah.
How big's the property?
Huh?
How big
that
is the property?
it's, I think it's like 12 acres, I think it
Yeah,
is,
and
somewhere in
then
there.
I know the person owns the one next to it too, actually.
Yeah, I see the mobile home when I drive by.
Oh, there's a mobile
Yeah.
home there?
it's,
Yeah.
is it really the residence singular at Meadow Pond? Is it just one big house and everybody's living together?
Might be one big building.
It's co-housing.
It could be a,
It's not one big
Apartment.
house.
It's not one big apartment?
wait, how many?
No,
how
they're
many-
townhouse, they're ownership townhouse style, they're 2, 3, 4 units attached.
Really?
How many?
How many?
84 in total.
Yeah, that's what I thought, 84.
So it's just for your information,
Yeah, now the
Good.
race is on. Who can get it in
you
first?
can perhaps see it.
Yeah, because it goes safe harbor, right?
Of course,
Yep.
yeah.
How many buildings was it, do you know?
84, you said.
Well,
84
depend
units,
if it
maybe.
was the
Probably 22.
They'll probably stick with,
Probably 22.
yeah, I'd say
He said
two
four
families, 'cause then
units
they
per
sprinkle.
building.
Oh, 4 per building?
Yeah.
There's twos, there is a one single as well, though. There's
Really?
one single in there, yeah.
That's only what they're
How
coming.
many affordable?
5%.
I can't do math that fast, Rich. 25% of
20,
84 is
21.
21. Oh, that number?
not a math major.
How jammed in does it look?
Yeah.
It's pretty.
That's it's
It opens
subjective.
up pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It,
We've had some of
Should
it
have a
really
view
tight.
of the two ponds.
it's
too.
challenging because there's no municipal water there,
Oh, good point.
and
Well, they can
so-
use the pond.
so fire protection
We have a
is,
pond, we have a pool.
Certainly.
Pond would be good for you.
Oh, man. How are they gonna
Do it on
do
a
the
well?
storage tank on
Can. Huh?
singles
You can do
and
this on a well that big?
twos?
You can. Normally, when municipal water supplies, from what my understanding, or from past anyway, it was 6 units on a well. Doesn't constitute you having to do it like a treatment or anything else. You can do
not a
it as-
public water supply?
It's still considered a semi-public water supply, but
Okay.
not a public water supply.
Okay.
Over 6 units, it becomes a public water supply.
They are proposing a package treatment plant,
Of course they are. Where else are they gonna put sewer?
right?
Yeah.
But it's also within the zone 2, so it's a tertiary treatment plant too.
How many bedrooms?
A what?
It's in the zone 2?
84 units, that's like,
It's
all right,
probably
okay,
150 beds.
okay.
It's not sure of the feasibility of the project, so, but that's just the initial,
Yeah,
It's a local developer as well, right?
yeah, from the Rehoboth area, yeah. But it seems like it's a lot of costs associated with that don't seem recoverable, but anyway, it's been submitted, so we're
Yeah,
in the process of submitting initial comments, and
okay.
So how many 40B hearings can open right now?
there's 0, you don't have
Yeah,
any.
nothing.
No. How many?
How many eligibility letters are out there? There's 3.
Right,
There's
but
at
how
least
many?
3, yeah.
How many hearings can take on? 1, 2?
Oh, you
Well, it's up
Oh,
to
there's no
200, I think it's if 200 units, you can,
Oh,
you can
for
free,
a major project, yeah,
If you-
200.
cumulative, there's 200, you have to pause one.
Right, that's what I'm saying, safe harbor. Okay.
Well, it's
Not safe harbor.
harbor.
That's different.
No,
No,
but if
that's-
they control the number of hearings we have to handle based
Yeah,
on that size,
yeah.
okay, I got it.
Yes.
No,
I don't see, anyone.
Yeah.
But it's a to be determined, though.
Yeah, I was thinking back to the one on, the first one we did on Main Street, it was so tight, and at least they have municipal water, but
The new administrator start yet?
Yeah, Tuesday.
20th.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
well, we got some minutes.
okay.
yeah, with the minutes.
They were another beautiful set, I will
They
say.
were.
Yeah, they were all, I looked at them too, make sure, there's one correction I mentioned, right?
Approve the minutes.
Yeah, I'll make a motion
I
that we
think we
approve the
made a
minutes.
correction
wasn't
a
here,
month
so I
ago,
don't
right?
think you
Yeah,
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for December 17th, 2025 as drafted.
I'll second that.
He can second it.
I can. I
All in-
watched the hearing and I did.
All in
review.
favor? Roll call vote.
Joe Sebastiano, aye.
Dave
Respective,
Ackberg. Chris Metcalf, aye. David Axberg, aye.
Tim Martin, aye.
Josephine Kordahi, aye.
Thank you. On the planning board meeting, because I didn't just listen to the solar, they are talking about doing some
Changes for town
changes
center? Yeah.
for the center, for zoning.
Yes.
Have any of us heard about that?
Nope.
On the B1, they're looking to change some of the lot size criteria and frontage criteria.
Shrink it, obviously.
Are they
Yeah.
right in with the state law proposal for 5,000 square feet?
No, that's nothing to do with business, that's only residential.
We'll see how it happens on that.
Well, yeah, we'll see if
Yeah.
it passes, but I'm just saying if that, I'm just asking if that's the target that they're shooting around.
No, this is for
No.
mixed-use stuff.
No, this is for mixed use and everything, and it actually, what they were talking about sounded good and reasonable. And probably something that would be
Buildable?
worthwhile and buildable.
We should allow mixed use down at 115 and 1A. All those, like, you got that butcher shop, like that whole second floor could be second floor and third floor apartments. I mean, all those little strip plazas, those could all be, and I don't know why they're not, like.
I'm gonna return
They
my
could
house
go
to
back to-
industrial use and make barrels again.
We need affordable
Coffins.
living.
That I don't know, but I know in Walpole, the mixed use ones that they've done, they're having a hard time renting the business side of it.
Of course they are.
I don't.
But we already have the business side rented.
Yeah, we have the hard part already done.
Right, I mean, I'm like, come on. Like,
Yeah, I don't understand why they're having a hard time doing it outside of cost.
Walpole Center's flooded with little shop storefronts. I mean, it's flooded. Yeah, we want to build.
Because landlords don't want to deal with it. Because
Right.
when you have
Well,
residential and commercial tenants mixing together, someone complains and it's not worth the money to them because they got the residential units. But I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
They do it only because you have to for mixed use.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
I get it.
They're
But
not as interested
we
in
have the,
tenanting it.
like, I mean, you could take the old Norfolk Power, same thing, commercial on the first floor, take the old Laughlin building.
Yep,
Like,
you're right.
all these places that, the old Cliff's Package Store, why is
yeah.
that not mixed
Why-
use?
why-
Why is that not mixed use? And we allow somebody to go back into the first floor. I mean, that used to be a gas station. I don't know if anyone else remembers, but that was a gas station and you go in and it was a liquor store and old Cliff was there and.
Yeah, Cliff was definitely there.
Window for that.
But yeah, I think mixed use is like, I see it in all the towns, and I just can't believe we're not taking any advantage of it.
At least allow it and then let the,
Look at this building right across the street. You have all that second floor office space unaccessible to handicap. There's not an
Yes.
elevator in there. That should all become residential.
Yes.
Move that commercial stuff over here and get rid of this empty lot. I mean,
Let's get rid of the
come on,
moonscape.
where's the town planner?
Let's do something with the old town hall.
No.
Yeah, let's start with our own assets before we take
don't
over
agree
everybody
with selling
else's.
it.
Shall we,
I agree with making it.
shall we close,
Yeah.
fellas?
Yes.
Need a motion to
I'll make a
adjourn?
motion to close, make a motion to close the hearing of the meeting for the January 21st, 2026.
All in favor, say aye. Roll call.
Joe Sebastiano, aye.
Rick Metcalf, aye.
David Axberg, aye.
Tim Martin, aye.
Josephine Kordahi, aye.
Chris, before you go, I have a question for you. Where are you in the world right now?
I'm in Vermont.
You're in Vermont. Okay, second question. Second question. Last night I drove by the river's edge at approximately 7:30, 8 o'clock. There was a ton of cars going on over there.
At your place.
You can hang up.
Probably at my house.